Welcome, deep divers. Today, we're journeying into a really captivating story, one that holds surprisingly powerful insights for all of us. Have you ever considered how often, the truest strengths are forged not in comfort, but in the crucible of unexpected challenges? How sometimes the very things that mark us as different can actually be signposts to our hidden destiny? Well, get ready, because we're about to explore just that. This is the deep dive, and our focus today is a truly fascinating Persian folktale known as the Tale of Kachalak. It's a story deeply woven into Iran's rich oral tradition, just brimming with wisdom that frankly transcends time. Our mission, as always, is to extract those gleaming nuggets of knowledge about resilience, the power of wit, overcoming deep-seated ridicule, and what it truly means to step into leadership. This is a tale of personal triumph and grand adventure, and it's just a perfect narrative to really dig into themes of transformation and courage. And to guide us through this ancient lore, I'm joined by our expert. What is it about this particular folktale, the Tale of Kachalak, that you find so compelling? What unique perspectives does it offer us, you think?
Well, it was really intriguing how the tale of Kachalak serves as such a powerful mirror, reflecting these universal truths about the human experience. Folk tales, by their very nature, often distill complex life lessons into, well, accessible narratives. And this one is a prime example. It's a story that beautifully illustrates the practical applications of resilience and wit, not as abstract ideals, but as indispensable tools for navigating genuine adversity. What truly makes it special, I think, is watching how a character, initially defined by what others see as his biggest flaw, meticulously and, frankly, ingeniously, transforms that very weakness into his most profound strength. It's kind of a masterclass in reframing our own narratives.
Okay, let's dive into the narrative then. Our story begins in an ancient Persian village, and the imagery is just so vivid. Imagine golden fields stretching under this brilliant blue sky, a winding river that glistens like silver, and the air buzzing with merchants' chatter, the smell of spices. It sounds like a scene from a dream, doesn't it?
It really does.
But amidst all this beauty and life, our young protagonist, a boy named Kachalak, stood, well, quite literally apart. He had a shiny, distinctive bald head, but his eyes, the tale tells us, burned with this bright, determined light. Yet despite that inner fire, he was, as the story says, marked by what others scorned.
Yeah, that initial description is so crucial because it immediately sets him up as an outsider. Right from the start. He's burdened by this perceived difference. The other children, you know how kids can be, with that thoughtless cruelty, they'd relentlessly taunt him, that little chant echoing, Kachalak, no hair to spare.
Oh, that's rough.
It is. And even the adults, while maybe more compassionate, they offered pity, which in its own way just highlighted his difference, his social isolation. It's a heavy cloak for a young boy.
Yeah.
A really heavy cloak.
Paints a picture of just profound loneliness, alienation. But he wasn't entirely without comfort. The story mentions his mother, Zara, a kind, wise weaver. She'd offer him words that became his shield. Your heart is your strength, my son. So those aren't just like nice, comforting words, are they? Feels like they're planting something deeper.
Oh, absolutely. Zara's words are far more than just comfort. They're foundational.
Yeah.
Really. In a world constantly judging him by how he looks, she's offering this alternative, this internal way to measure value. She's not saying ignore the taunts exactly, but understand where his true strength lies, shifting his focus from the superficial to the deep stuff.
Right.
And that perspective is revolutionary for a child in his situation. It directly contrasts with the villager's shallow judgments. It plants this crucial seed, that genuine worth, real power it radiates from within. It's a quiet but potent message, becoming the bedrock of his resilience later on. It's almost a subtle act of resistance against social norms taught by a mother to her son.
So Kachalak carries this wisdom, this sort of secret armor, while enduring the daily ridicule. But then the narrative brings in this pivotal moment, a turning point. Feels almost fated. An old, weary traveler, cloaked, mysterious, passes through the village. Not just any traveler, though. This one drops a cryptic hint, like a little whisper of prophecy. Beneath the bald hill lies a treasure for the bold.
Ah, yes, the traveler.
Uh-huh.
A classic narrative device, isn't it? A catalyst.
Definitely.
Their role isn't just delivering information, but disrupting the status quo, propelling the protagonist into action. You see it all the time. Before this, Kachalak's journey was one of passive endurance, just getting through it. Now he has a tangible direction, a quest, and it speaks directly to his perceived flaw. The bald hill, it's an external representation of his own baldness, almost daring him, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's challenging him personally.
Exactly, challenging him to conquer the very symbol of his shame and his resolve, born from years of quiet suffering and his mother's words, it just ignites. I'll show them I'm more than my head, he vows. And that's not just a declaration. It's a profound commitment to redefine who he is, not just for the villagers, but for himself.
What a powerful vow, almost defiant. So, fueled by this new purpose, Kachalak packs a small sack, not much in it, just some bread, and the dagger his father left him and sets out at dawn. He starts climbing this bald hill, described as barren, cracked under the sun, no trees, almost like the hill itself mocked him as the village did.
Yeah.
It's clearly more than just a physical climb.
Absolutely. The bald hill isn't just scenery, it's a powerful metaphor. It mirrors Kachalak's own perceived flaw, his baldness. It's a literal embodiment of the external judgment he's faced, forcing him to confront that reflection of his insecurities head on. Yet the narrative tells us something important. In the face of this stark, unforgiving terrain, his spirit burned brighter. This is key. It signifies that the very act of confronting his shame, this external symbol of his internal struggle, actually strengthens him.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a visual representation of him transcending his struggles, not just climbing higher physically, but rising above what once diminished him emotionally.
You can almost feel that raw determination, that quiet anger turning into resolve. His first encounter on this journey, almost right away, is a primal challenge. A jackal with these piercing golden eyes, guarding a cave entrance. It's growling, blocking his path. A very clear obstacle.
And this is Kachalak's first real practical test. It's incredibly telling how he handles it. Many heroes, faced with a snarling beast, might reach for the dagger, resort to brute force.
Right, the obvious move.
But Kachalak, maybe tapping into that deeper wisdom from his mother, or maybe just his own keen observation, he chooses something unexpected, but very effective. Instead of confrontation, he uses diversion. He tosses bread.
Simple but smart.
Beautifully simple. And it allows him to slip past unnoticed. This isn't just cleverness. It's an immediate signal to us, the listeners. It shows his journey to greatness won't be paved with typical heroic strength, but with a different kind of power. Wit, resourcefulness, understanding the nature of the obstacle rather than just hitting it head on.
It sets a pattern.
Exactly. It establishes a pattern for how he'll navigate future challenges.
So he sidesteps danger with this simple, ingenious thinking. Once inside the cave, he faces another profound challenge, a riddle carved into the rock wall. It reads, "Speak your truth to unlock my hoard." It's not asking for strength or cleverness directly, but something much more personal.
Right, and this is where the story shifts. From external problem solving to really deep self-discovery. I mean, what truth would you speak in that moment, knowing it holds the key to something huge?
That's a tough question.
It is, and the genius of this challenge lies in its demand for vulnerability. Kachalak's honest admission isn't about bragging or listing virtues. He admits his fear of being worthless. Think about that. It's not a sign of weakness. It's an act of immense courage and self-awareness. It's such a deep personal truth that it resonates powerfully. The cave itself trembles and reveals a chest with a silver coin.
Incredible.
It illustrates a universal principle, doesn't it? Genuine self-awareness, the courage to acknowledge our deepest fears. Those are often the true keys, not just to external rewards, but to unlocking our inner value, our power. It's a powerful statement that strength isn't about lacking fear, but about confronting it honestly.
What incredible fortitude just to speak that truth aloud. Emboldened by this first success, the echoes of the villagers' laughter must be fading now, right? Replaced by his own resolve. He presses deeper into the cave, only to face another huge obstacle, a raging river roaring through the darkness.
Indeed. And the next guardian guarding this river is a water spirit with a shimmering tail. She demands a test of courage to cross without drowning. Again, Kachalak doesn't rely on brute strength. He can't swim it.
So what does he do?
He understands his limits and uses his ingenuity. He ties his dagger to a stick, basically crafting a makeshift pole vault.
Resourceful.
Very. With a leaf born of desperation and determination, he vaults across the treacherous waters, landing safely on the other side. The spirit, clearly impressed by his resourcefulness, his courage, nods in approval and grants him a jade pendant.
Another reward earned through cleverness.
Exactly. This moment reinforces the narrative's consistent message. Wit and creative problem-solving are just as valuable, maybe even more so, than raw power. Especially when facing these seemingly insurmountable forces of nature, it's a testament to adaptable intelligence.
He's not just solving riddles, he's physically overcoming these trials, each time with his unique blend of quick thinking and courage. The journey continues. Next, he meets a wise owl, perched majestically on a golden chest, posing another riddle. What grows with use, but dies with neglect?
Ah, a classic riddle. But its placement here is incredibly symbolic, don't you think?
How so?
Well, Kachalak's insightful answer, knowledge, isn't just showing off his intelligence. It's a profound nod to the story's deeper theme. It highlights that the most valuable treasure isn't static gold, but something dynamic, something that requires active engagement, cultivation, like knowledge.
That makes sense.
And this answer unlocks the golden chest, revealing a magnificent golden crown. This crown isn't just a physical prize. It represents the culmination of his journey. It's a potent symbol of the wisdom, the leadership, the self-worth he's earned through every trial, every moment of self-discovery.
And as he lifts that golden crown, the narrative describes this powerful vision flashing before his eyes, a bald king leading his people to prosperity.
This isn't just a crown anymore. It's like destiny unveiled.
Precisely. This vision is a premonition. It directly connects his personal triumph to a broader collective purpose. His success isn't just for him.
It's a powerful insight into the nature of leadership. But what's fascinating here is what happens next. As the cave brightens, the treasure glows, a shadow emerges, and it delivers this crucial warning. This power comes with duty.
Ah, there's the catch.
Or maybe the responsibility. This is perhaps the story's most critical insight. It immediately elevates leadership beyond just personal gain or status. It becomes about commitment, about service. The crown, the symbol of power, is instantly recontextualized as a tool for responsibility, for the good of the community.
That's profound.
It is. It's a subtle but profound commentary on what truly makes a great leader someone who understands their strength, their position, is meant for the betterment of others, not just themselves. It implies the crown is less a reward and more a sacred obligation.
So it's not about wearing the crown, but about what you do with the crown. And that vision of prosperity for his people really solidifies that. The stage is now set for his return. Kachalak makes his triumphant journey back to the village, wearing the golden crown, the silver coin, the jade pendant, and the villagers who once mocked him. Stunned, they fall silent, eyes wide with disbelief, awe.
That moment of return is such a dramatic reversal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Their mockery replaced by this profound silence, a visible shift from scorn to awe. But Kachalak doesn't just, parade his wealth. He immediately acts on that lesson of duty.
Right, the shadow's warning.
Exactly. He uses his newfound treasures to benefit the community, builds a well for fresh water, establishes a school for education. This isn't just charity. It's an active demonstration of leadership. It shows that true power is wielded through service, through tangible improvements to people's lives.
It validates that warning about duty perfectly.
It really does.
It's a truly remarkable transformation, not just for Kachalak, but for the whole village. And in this incredibly powerful moment, his mother, Zara, steps forward, embraces him, and she whispers words that must have resonated so deep. "You were always a king."
Oh, that's such a profoundly moving scene. Her words aren't just a mother's pride, they're the ultimate validation of everything she taught him.
About inner strength.
Exactly. About true worth. She saw the king within him long before he wore any crown. And then that old traveler reappears.
Such a catalyst figure.
Right. But not as just a wanderer this time. He reveals himself as a spirit guide, a figure of destiny. And he declares, "Your boldness was a mark of destiny, not shame."
Wow, the final piece.
This is the ultimate revelation. Completely reframes Kachalak's entire journey, his identity, his perceived flaw. The source of all that childhood shame wasn't an accident or a curse. It was a unique signpost, a distinctive mark of his specific heroic path. It teaches us that what makes us different can also be what makes us exceptional.
What an incredible, almost poetic twist. So the narrative concludes with Kachalak revered, a respected leader. He stands on that bald hill, now a symbol of his triumph, not shame at sunset, watching the village thrive below, under his guidance. The golden crown glints, no longer a mark of ridicule, but a luminous symbol of his courage, his wisdom, his destiny fulfilled.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really shows us something important. It suggests that the very things we might see as flaws, the aspects that make us stand apart or feel vulnerable, they can actually be unique markers of our path to greatness. But it requires more than just accepting them.
What does it require?
It demands actively embracing them with wit, with resilience, and with a deep understanding of our own inner strength. Kachalak's story really challenges us to look beyond surface appearances and maybe redefine what true power and leadership really mean.
What an incredible journey of self-discovery and transformation for Kachalak. He truly turned every bit of scorn into strength. His once ridiculed bald head became Well, a shimmering crown of courage. He wasn't just a king in name, he was a king in action, a leader who profoundly transformed his community.
And that's the core insight for us, isn't it? For you, the listener. This tale encourages us to think critically about resilience bouncing back, yes, but also growing through adversity. It highlights the often underestimated power of wit, of ingenuity over just brute force.
Yeah.
And maybe most importantly, it offers this profound idea that our perceived flaws, those very things we might wish to hide, can often be the unexpected keys.
Absolutely. Kachalak's journey shows us that true treasure is found in self-discovery, in acknowledging our authentic selves, and ultimately in dedicated service to others. We've explored how he earned his crown and how he used his wisdom and courage to transform his village. But it leaves me with this thought for you, our listener, to sort of ponder and explore on your own. What would you do with Kachalak's crown? Thank you for diving deep with us today. We'll see you next time.